The only reason I said in Japan is because I might be teaching in Japan. I have to escape to Japan while Joe Biden is president just to get a break from him. And also, I think there's some signs that maybe God is calling me to do this. My mom has been praying a lot about it, and my mom, who doesn't watch my show, I don't even think she really knows I'm like super interested in Japan and anime. I don't know, but she was like, "Oh yeah, I was thinking about. I think you should do this Japanese like thing where you go and teach in Japan." It's interesting because I was like looking into it, so the stars are aligning. You might be doing that, and I'm not going to grad school. I was thinking about going to grad school, but the professor who was going to write me a letter of recommendation just took too long to get back to me, so I missed the deadline. Anime Rightist looks more like a living being with this lighting. What did I look like before? I look like dead? Did I look like I was dead? And was my face that pale that I look dead? Is that what I looked like before? What did I look like before? Did I not look living? Did I look like an automaton? Did I look like was those animatronic like figures that they have at like Disneyland or something? What did I look like before? Just like it looked like I was like the living dead. My pale face, my pale white face. But I'm glad I look more living. If it wasn't obvious, I am alive. Yes. His mom has never seen his pillows. No, she has. She doesn't understand it though. Neither does my dad. There's great stories behind that. Remember my dad first found my pillows? He was like, "This is so perverted. What is wrong with you?" He's like, "I don't want this in my house." He didn't understand. He didn't get it. He thought it was like the equivalent of like a sex doll or something. It's like not even close. Not close. Yeah, did I hide them? I did. Okay. I did. I lied. I committed a sin. It's not good. I confessed this years ago, but I did hide them. I did hide them from my parents. I had put a pillowcase over the pillow, and then I put it. Okay, it's long, right? So I put one normal size pillowcase over the front, one size over the back, and so as long as they were both taut, there wasn't any like crinkles. It stretched the whole length. But if like there were like some crinkles or like they separated in any capacity, it easily exposed that there was something else underneath it. And so, I in the home I used to live in, I previously resided in, we had like this 3-way bunk bed, and so I slept on the bottom, that was terrible. I hated that. I hated living in the same room with my brothers. But in any case, it was kind of weird looking too. It was like I was in the Navy having like this 3-way bunk bed. But I was making like a lot of noise at night. Apparently, according to my brothers, like I would laugh a lot when I watched anime because I usually watch anime late at night in bed on my phone. So they said I laughed too loud. And so they told me I had to like sleep in like this guest room, which was fine by me, I just had a couch. So I was sleeping on the couch in this guest room for like the rest of my, my senior year or what have you. And so anyway, in the stage where my dad moved all my stuff out and he found the pillow. Yep. Yeah, it was bad. And of course, he finds it, he starts moving it. The two pillowcases are probably going to inevitably separate, and he sees something underneath it. He removes it, and he sees an anime girl on a pillow, in this like kind of laying back in this somewhat like sketchy position. He's gonna be a little bit upset. He's gonna be a little upset. So, that's one story there. He's like, I don't want to see this in the house, so I kept it in the car. And I would like, cause I had like this nice car, it was a Toyota Corolla. So sometimes I drive, this is a sad story, but I drive to the back parking lot of Home Depot. And then I just like hang out in the back of my car, just cuddling my pillow, and I take like a nap there or something. It's just like it was a bad time, man. It's embarrassing to even remember that. It's not something I would probably ever do now. It's not something like, I needed. But at the time, I had felt like this sense of a real sense of loneliness when I first started college. I didn't really have any friends. Didn't get along well with the Western women. Didn't really relate too well to these vapid, profligate types. So I felt kind of very alone, and so that's kind of why I went to anime and slice of life in particular. It's because it was like escapism. I could feel this other world where, everything felt right there in anime. The nice guy always won. The nice guy wasn't degenerate. The women seemed to be pure and pure of heart and pure mind, and be dressed, in this very feminine way. So, there's something about that just stuck with me. And so that's kind of, I used anime as this like coping mechanism, almost this therapeutic sense. Use kind of waifu in that way. I would not say I'm that way now, but I think I've become ubermensch. I don't think I need it the same way I did then, but I'm being vulnerable here, okay? I'm being vulnerable. I'm telling about my past. I don't want to see people use this against me, make fun of me. I want to see, that type of behavior. You can clip it if you want, but make sure you include the part where I say I've grown as a person, and so maybe it was an important stepping stone. It showed me that I could find within myself the strength to overcome a lot of these things. The sense of loneliness, the sense of feeling like an outsider in your own country, feeling like an outsider in a spiritual sense. Everyone else around you is godless and a heathen. So, and just even like a personal sense, my personality is very different than a lot of people's. I think everyone who watches the stream can kind of pick that up. Can pick that up from just my fashion sense, my attire, and what have you. And so, it kind of showed me though that the will to power rested within myself. The will to find that transcendental meaning. It rested within myself. I didn't need anime. I could do it through just this, just finding my own spiritual mechanisms and what have you. So that's kind of what it taught me though, that the will existed internally. I didn't need something else external. And so that's kind of like what that whole saga of my life, relying on anime and coping and whatnot, I think will kind of shed light on that. So yeah, it was an interesting experience and whatnot. Yeah, will to anime, will to power. Very true. I rode the tiger, so to speak, as Evola says in his book. The world is like it's this turbulent mess. It's like a tiger. And you have to just hang on. You have to be in this world, but not of it. You got to hang on and try to ride it until it's tired, and then you can slay that tiger. So I rode the tiger by, watching slice of life anime, and then was able to overcome my past, my childhood problems. AR Senpai, will you play Minecraft? Okay, I'll play Minecraft. Not on stream though. I want to do it on my own terms because I'm hungry and I need to get food first. But I'll end this stream soon. We're almost gone, an hour and a half, so I think it's getting to that point. King of Ripe understands. I think a lot of people can emphasize it always comes back to slice of life. There's always a starting point. When it comes to who causes the problems, there's always one group of people who always seem to be behind everything that we fucking hate. There always seems to be one group of people behind it. But there's there's another group. There's another group that behind everything good. Behind everything good and honest and pure in this world. There's another thing, little acts of kindness. They all seem to lead back to the same road, to the slice of life anime. Did God inspire the slice of life anime? I'm starting to wonder. Maybe there's some history there, some really esoteric history I'll have to look into. Who knows? Was the Amaterasu the Virgin Mary, an apparition of the Virgin Mary all along? Who knows? Yes, someone's saying yes. It was all part of one big plan. The God is the best novelist, so maybe it was all there, designed. All the the Japanese rituals and stuff. God used it, despite it not being Christian in some external sense. And perhaps you could say it implicitly has some Christian values, but in an external sense, he still was able to use it for good by bringing it to the West. By God bringing it to the West, he was able to inspire in people This right-wing zeal. So yeah, that's you know, it was all in the great plan, the great scheme of things. It all makes sense now. It all connects. It all came together. People don't see the bird's eye view of things, but it all led up to this point to slice of life anime and its influence in the way it impacted the West and how it will shape right-wing politics and America First movement. America First is inevitable. Anime First is inevitable. And it's for that same reason, because Slice of Life started it all. It always leads back to it. Alright. Any other cool stories? Oh, I disobeyed my father too. I shouldn't have done that. I fully acknowledge I did was wrong there. I told my father that I gotten rid of it. Oh man, I see we're having some technical issues. Are we back online? Alright. Hopefully we're back online. I don't know what happened, but I told my father that I just wanted the pillow part. I was so mad when he took it away. I was like, why would you take it away? He's like, is this going to like offend your brothers? He's like, it's going to lead your brothers astray. And then I don't. Okay, I kind of. There's a lot of stuff cut out, so I'm trying to catch up on the chat here. It's been roughly entertaining. Your country sucks. Canada's not a real country. You're either English or French. I can understand why you're confused though. Probably mostly English. And that does suck. Imagine being in between England and France. Like, they're not even that similar. Very different people groups. I don't get along too well with the French. Another reason I'm not a white nationalist. But anyway, I disobeyed my dad because we compromised. But he let me have the pillow part, but not the pillowcase. You have the pillow part, the pillow, the dakimakara, and then you have the pillowcase, which goes over it. So let me have the pillow, but not the pillowcase. That was like the compromise. And so then I just, at night I snuck it in. And I'd put it on. And then I'd like sleep with it, set an alarm for early in the morning, take it off. I was a bad kid back then. That was my teenage rebellion phase right there. In any case, it's over. We're over that. Now that I have my own room, my own personal space, I can do my own thing without people bothering me. Case just happened to come with the pillow. So, yeah, so that's kind of that story there. I'm trying to see if there's more stuff at this Canada saga. Even Canadians hate Canada. That's true. Oh, yo, who is this? Another Canadian here in chat? How is there so many Canadians who watch this show? Maybe I'm wrong about Canada though. It's a little bit of a gentle ribbing. But if you're Canadian and you have like a Canadian sense of nationalism, or if you're a Newfie, I know there's a Newfie nationalism does exist. I listened to the Newfie songs before, and you think, if you're the immediate sense of identity that you can relate to and you can understand is Newfie, the Newfoundland people, Newfoundlanders, I think is what they would call Newfoundlanders. More power to you. It's just not something, I know a lot about. Newfies aren't even human, says Ram. I see. We have someone who is not a Newfie, but understands the sectarian